goal as law enforcement is to stop the threat. It's not to hurt someone. It's not to kill someone. It's to
Police get their basic training in Utah during 16 weeks at Peace Officers Standards and Training, known as POST. They spend time inside the classroom and out, and towards the end go through 5 days of intensive scenario training. Salt Lake Tribune reporter Peyton Harkins and producer Abby Ellis were allowed to observe sessions over several months.
What is the most important thing we got to take care of when we first get any scene? Officer and scene safety.
Sergeant Scott Lauritsen oversees the scenario training at POST.
Do we continue our investigation?
The absolute most important thing is officer safety. So all of the other procedural stuff that they learn will be at their own individual agencies. And so we really highlight that officer safety issue.
Do we allow people to point guns at us? No. We go home. Those that we're dealing with will go home if they choose to, right? But we go home, we protect ourselves, protect our partners, protect those innocent bystanders.
Was there anything that happened during the argument?
Hey, why are the cops here?
The cadets are put through role-playing, from traffic stops,
You ran that stop sign over there.
domestic violence situations, to dealing with someone experiencing a mental health crisis.
We have role players and an evaluator. We have guidelines and kind of how we want the role players to respond to certain stimulus that the cadets are giving them.
Is there a weapon behind there?
I haven't seen one.
You don't know. Will our officer safety become laxed in these, or will it become heightened?
Heightened.
But what are you seeing?
Relax. I just want to get down to his level of training. Just talk
Okay,
more.
so you're trying to be empathetic at the sacrifice of your officer safety.
And so as we're going through these different scenarios, we're trying to get them to understand the importance of, if I'm going to be safe, I have to understand everything that's going on around me.
Cassie, it's police. Come out and talk to us, would you?
I'm not coming out.
You're not coming out?
The instructors push them to make life and death decisions.
Put the gun down. Cassie, can you put the gun down for me? You come out and point it up.
Mike free.
No, stop. You see the problem here? What happened to our officer safety?
Down the toilet.
Why are we not recognizing that as a gun pointed at us? When you think of a gun be pointed at you, what do you think? You think this, right? Do we think of this or this or whatever it is? Is that what we think of?
No.
Seems casual. It doesn't seem threatening.
Okay.
Well, she's spinning it.
And where is her finger?
On the trigger, right, but that's why...
So would you have shot?
That's really hard.
No, it's not really hard.
It is hard for me.
It's really simple.
Because if I shot her, and then I don't think...
Do you let a gun be pointed at you? Yes or no?
I want to say no, but...
Do you let a gun be pointed at your partner? No. Then what's the argument? Why is it so hard?
Because we have to live with it.
You're in the wrong profession, my friend, if you can't live with that. How many of you have made that decision? 1 out of 7. You are 3 weeks from that being a real gun, a real bullet, a real death. And you don't know if you can live with that? Wow. How many brothers do you have out here? How many sisters? They mean less to you than a mental subject. You go home, you soul search, and you figure it out. And if that question hasn't been answered tomorrow, I suggest you don't come back.
Being a police officer, you may in your career be required to take a life. When you're faced with that situation, if you have not come to the reality that you may have to do that, and now you're processing through it, how effective is your decision going to be? So yeah, absolutely, to put on this badge and to put a gun on your hip to go into somebody's house to protect them, if you haven't made that decision that taking someone's life may be a possibility, it's too late then.
We don't want to shoot people, okay? But who makes that decision? Bear with me for a minute. When you picture criminal, what do you think? Have you pictured somebody you love? Look in the mirror and ask yourself, can I kill a kid? Can I shoot a grandma? Can I shoot a mom? Can I shoot a dad? Can I shoot a brother? Because if you can't, it's not you that's going to get hurt, it's your partner. How many of you have been to an officer's funeral? How was it?
Not good.
Did you know him?
I didn't.
How bad would that be if that was your partner and you knew that was your fault?
Life changing?
Way worse.
Over the past 10 years, 15 police officers died on the job in Utah, 10 of them killed by a suspect.
As you're walking the halls doing these trainings, there's this giant memorial to all the officers in Utah who have been killed. It's massive. The wall is this physical reminder of what they learn in training. If you mess up, it means either your life could be taken or your partner's life could be taken. And you're taught you don't want your name to end up on this wall.
You ready? Yes, sir. All right, next up.
Many of the scenarios we observed would turn out to be worst case and end in a shooting.
I heard shots inside and I'm too afraid to go in there, please.
Like this one, where a woman calls 911 and says her husband and son have shot themselves.
Police, is anybody in there?
It's not long after the cadets show up that she ends up stabbing one of them.
Hey, get off! Bang, 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 bang! Dispatch, we have an officer down, roll medical.
And her husband wakes up and starts firing at the others.
Bang! Bang, 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 bang!
And this one,
We're just gonna let you off with a warning today, okay?
where a routine traffic stop turned into a hostage situation.
Oh, please! Oh my God!
Hey,
Oh my
hey,
God,
hey!
please!
Hey, get out here!
Oh my God!
Hey, you're
Every situation that we send police officers in doesn't require lethal force. But if we take an officer's career, how many situations are they going to be in, let's say in a 20-year career? Thousands, right? But we only have these cadets for 5, 6 days, maybe 7 days at the most. So we have to take this experience of a 20-year career and condense that into a few days. And so we try and hit such a wide variety of scenarios to open their eyes to the possibility.
But the focus on worst-case scenarios has become increasingly controversial among experts in the field who are concerned about police shootings.
The essence of what we would call fear-based training is the training on the possibility of an action versus the probability of an action.
Randy Shrewsbury worked as a police officer in multiple departments around the country. He now advocates for reforming police training. We showed him some of the scenarios we filmed at Post.
Part of the problem that we have resides in this scenario-based training because it's this kind of endless exploration of what could happen, for which then officers in every circumstance of their job is feeling some level of threat. But the problem becomes is that when you're reacting to anecdotes or to situations that could possibly happen, you start to kind of create a narrative into the officer's mind, which is placing them on edge.
Get on the ground or I'm going to shoot you! Get out! Get on the ground now!
Hands are up! Black Lives Matter, you guys know the drill!
Why did you shoot?
Because large guys, they jumped out of the vehicle, they're both coming at us.
Is this death or serious bodily injury?
No.
Why is our gun our first resort?
Panic button.
The reality is that policing is as safe as it's ever been. So it doesn't match up to this disproportionate emphasis that we place when we're constantly telling officers that at any moment they can be murdered, at any moment that they can be killed.
We brought these critiques to the director of Utah's Post program, Scott Stevenson.
Is it possible that by training with worst-case scenarios, cadets go out into the field with a heightened sense of paranoia, seeing threats where there might not actually be threats?
I think it's a valid observation.
but I do not believe so. How would you want us to train? If those situations are so infrequent, do you want somebody going in without any type of experience at all? And if so, how do you expect them to perform? We put officers in ugly situations, we really do. And then we expect it to be perfect every time. If I can teach them in that situation where the potential outcome is a shooting, then maybe they'll try to avoid it.